Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight for this update from your coronavirus headquarters. I'm Mike Thompson. A coronavirus hotspot within Winona County is at Sauer Healthcare in Winona. Officials say all 10 COVID-19 related deaths in the county are from that healthcare facility. News 8 Now's Tyler Jobe explains why the outbreak started and what the county is doing to further stop the spread.
People who are most vulnerable to COVID-19 are continuing to get infected within the Winona community.
It's very unfortunate.
Sauer Healthcare in Winona is one of more than 90 nursing homes in Minnesota with positive coronavirus cases. Health and Human Services Director Karen Sanis says all cases within the facility are not related to travel.
Someone brought the infection into the facility. People within the facility could be spreading it and not even know that they have it.
Sanis says Sauer Healthcare has a capacity of 71 residents in addition to staff.
Everyone within the facility, from administration to residents to employees, everyone got tested.
Sanis says positive Sauer Healthcare residents are self-isolating themselves in their rooms. Residents who currently don't have COVID-19 are temporarily being moved to Lake Winona Manor.
They're going to continue to test the individuals that tested negative. They're going to do the nasal swabs, and they have received serology testing from Mayo Clinic to be able to test for antibodies.
Winona Health President and CEO Rochelle Schultz says a lot of hospitalized patients with COVID-19 are elderly.
Certainly the vast majority of patients are in that category.
Schultz says the hospital is preparing for a surge once there is more testing.
We're not fearful of taking care of patients. That's kind of like what we're here to do. I think the harder part is actually waiting to see what will happen.
In Winona, Tyler Jobe, News 8 Now.
Sanis says not all cases in Winona County are at Sauer Healthcare. Lake Winona Manor tells us residents from Sauer who tested negative from the coronavirus have safely moved into their facility. There are now more than 2,400 positive cases across the state of Minnesota, and there have been at least 143 deaths. No new cases are being reported in Winona County. In Iowa, 40 cases are now being reported in Allamakee County, and there are 6 in Winneshiek County. The entire state now has more than 3,100 people who've tested positive, 79 people who have died. Nearly 4,500 people have tested positive. In Wisconsin, 230 people in the state have died. In area counties in Wisconsin, there is no new cases being reported. La Crosse County has not reported a new case of the virus in more than a week. 23 of the 26 people who've tested positive in La Crosse County have recovered. County Health Director Jen Rumbalski says that the numbers only tell part of the story, though.
Prevention is not always easily seen and understood, but I can assure you that there are reasons why we have low cases, and that if we allow travel to open back up, we would be at great risk, I believe, of increasing cases in large numbers.
Rumbalski says they are going to be increasing testing this week, so they expect to see more positive cases. More testing across the entire state is part of Governor Tony Evers' Badger Bounce Back plan that was announced today. It outlines criteria for the state to be able to reopen its economy in phases and includes steps to make sure workers and businesses are prepared to reopen as soon as it is safe to do so. Wisconsin does not currently meet the criteria the White House established to start reopening the state. As part of the plan, state officials have a goal of 85,000 tests per week and expanded contact tracing. Governor Evers said in a statement in part, quote, "I am excited and hopeful about this plan. While being safe at home continues to be important, this plan is an all-out attack on the virus, and it begins the process of preparing our businesses and our workforce for the important planning that will result in the safe and logical reopening of our economy," end quote. The Tavern League of Wisconsin is calling on Governor Evers to allow bars and restaurants to reopen on May 1st. That is more than 3 weeks ahead of the end of the current stay-at-home order that forced the closure of most non-essential businesses. The lobbying group argued in a statement late yesterday that bars, restaurants, and supper clubs could reopen. They just need to put a variety of safety measures in place to protect against the spread of COVID-19. Among those proposed changes, all employees would be required to wear masks and gloves. Capacity would be reduced in establishments by half, and all tables would be at least 6 feet apart. Salad bars and self-serve buffets will not be allowed under this proposal. Meanwhile, the Seven Rivers Alliance and the La Crosse Area Development Corporation also weighed in on the extension of the Safer at Home order by writing a letter to the governor. It reads in part, quote, "Having businesses support the creation of the plan will be critical to such consideration. Let the La Crosse region show you that Wisconsinites can set the standard for doing this the right way," end quote.
There may be ways where we can reopen business prior to May 26th if businesses are at the table and can be a part of that discussion.
The two groups ended their letter to Governor Evers with, quote, "By creating this pandemic advisory committee, you will give businesses a seat at the table, create a plan, and be ready to put Wisconsinites back to work in a measured way that makes scientific and business sense, regardless of the political outcome. We stand ready to assist and look forward to the day when we can all flip our business signs from closed to open," end quote. Well, thank you for joining us for this coronavirus update. You can always get the latest anytime on our website, news8000.com. Have a great night.